Hello there, how are you? My name is Julia and welcome to my garden. Today we're going to be doing some arts and crafts in the sunshine. And what a lovely day it is to do some arts and crafts. I hope it's sunny where you are too. Today's activity is inspired by the story of the silly squirrel, which was created by Above Bounds. Now, in this story, we have our main character, the silly squirrel. And this squirrel goes on a journey, a bit of an adventure, and bumps into a few special characters, such as a very springy frog who goes boing, boing, boing. They also meet a beautiful, shiny fish splashing through the water. So this activity is making the characters from the silly squirrel. We're going to be making the squirrel, the frog, and the fish. Let's get going. To make this craft, you will need some card. I used an old cereal box, the puppet template, which you can print off from the Above Bounds Facebook page, a pair of scissors, some paint or pens, paintbrush, a paint tray, some glue, PVA or a glue stick, some sticky tape, 3 lolly sticks, 1 piece of kitchen roll, and newspaper to keep your table nice and clean. So we're going to start with our template and we're going to cut out our 3 characters using our scissors. So adults, if you can help with this bit. Right, so now we have our 3 characters all cut out. The next step is to glue them down onto our piece of card or cereal box. So as you can see, I have glued my 3 characters down onto our piece of card. And the next step is to cut round each of these characters individually. Our next step is to glue our frog together. Taking our PVA glue, we're going to stick the arms onto the back of our frog just like this, and we're going to do the same to both of his legs. This frog has very springy legs, so we need to fold our card back and forth, pressing really tightly each time, so we get this special effect like this. Boing! And we need to do the same to the other leg as well. Going to glue that to the back of our frog. There you go. And we just wait for that to dry before we can paint. So next, our squirrel needs a very bushy tail. And as you can see, I have made my bushy tail using some kitchen roll. Now this is really easy. All we need to do is paint our tail with some glue. There you go. All the way around, nice and gluey. Then we're going to lay our kitchen roll on top of our glue and press down, really push to the sides, really stick it down. Lovely. And then, really simply, we're going to pull at the kitchen roll all the way round the tail, and it's going to make this really fluffy look for our tail. There we go, and it's as simple as that. going to start decorating our squirrel. Now you can use pens or paint or anything else that you'd like to decorate with. And I'm going to use a lovely brown colour. I'm going to mix it with some red to give us that wonderful cheeky red squirrel colour. Now, using a paintbrush, I'm going to mix a little bit of each, and I'm going to paint the entire squirrel this colour. Next, I'm going to paint our fish. As you can see, this one is yellow and orange, but you can choose any colour you would like to. Maybe your fish is a blue fish. Maybe it has sparkles on it. So I'm going to paint the body bright, bright yellow, all the way down to his fin, and all the way up. I'm just going to give the fish a little mouth, just a little mouth. There you go. And there we go. That's our fish. Lovely. And now we can move on to our frog, if our frog is dry yet. Now, the frog in the silly squirrel was a green colour. So I'm going to pick a lovely green. Perfect. I'm going to paint the entire frog green. His whole body's going to be green. His arms and his springy legs. What colour is your frog? Maybe you have an exotic frog that's purple or orange. Maybe your frog has got spots on it. Now, our frog puppet has got a very curly tongue, and that's very, very simple to make. I'm going to use the rest of the paper used for the template, and I'm going to cut a little strip out of our paper, and I'm going to paint it red with the red paint I used for our squirrel. There we go. Whilst that's drying, I'm going to show you we've got a little smiley face for our squirrel and a little smiley face for our fish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small brush and some black paint, and I'm going to draw a little nose and a little smile for our squirrel, our fish, and also our very springy frog. So as you can see, I've given our fish a smiley face. I've used a little bit of white and a little bit of black to give our fish some lovely eyes. Done the same with our frog, a happy little frog, and I'm just about to finish our squirrel. He's got a lovely little smiley face. I'm going to just use a little bit of black paint. I'm going to do a little dot in the middle of the white to finish off our squirrel's eye. Perfect. So we need to finish our frog. And when our piece of red paper is dry, we're going to use one of our paintbrushes or a pencil, and we're going to twist our piece of paper round our paintbrush like this. Going to curl our piece of paper round until it's a curled up little tube. Now you're going to want to keep it like that for a few seconds, just so it holds its shape. Give it a little squeeze, and then we can release it. And as you can see, we've got a really funny curly tongue, which I'm going to stick onto our frog. So using our glue again, I'm going to just use a little dab of glue on the end of our tongue. And I'm going to secure that just beneath our smiley mouth, so that it looks like this. Bang, boing. The last step is attaching our lollipop sticks to our characters. Now I'm using a little bit of sticky tape on the top just to secure it onto the back. I'm just going to press. There we go. And as easy as that, we've stuck our stick to our character. So that's the fish finished. Now I need to do the same to our frog. I'm just going to stick the lollipop stick to the back. Press. Give it a squeeze. And there's our frog. And last but definitely not least, I'm going to put our last stick just on the back of our silly squirrel. Press. Give it a good squeeze. And there we have it. Our silly squirrel, our boingy frog, and our splashing fish. How amazing and how easy was that craft? Now we can recreate the story or make up our own. Well, thank you so much for joining me today for Arts and Crafts in the Garden. See you again next time. Bye.